So Mariah Carey has a new album out, and it's actually really good. And I might make a video about that later. But I started thinking, what are my 5 favorite Mariah Carey songs? And it's hard because she has 2 billion songs that's great. she is a tremendous artist. But I think my top 3 is always the same, regardless. Top 3 is always the same. It might flip around once in a while, but that top 3 is always the same. But man, what is 4 and 5? And I could do this tomorrow. It might be totally different. But here's my top 5. I'm giving, first of all, I'm doing an honorable mention. Honorable mention, One Sweet Day, her and Boyz II Men. This is Boyz II Men and Mariah Carey at their peak powers. If Boyz II Men put out a song, it hit number 1. If Mariah Carey put out a song, it hits number 1. And the idea of them coming together on a song is just blowing my, it just blew your mind when that happened. And of course it hit number 1 for like 16 weeks. And it's great. It's a song about loss. It's not a romantic song. It's a song about loss. And to be honest, we don't even hear that song anymore. Like Memorial Day, we should hear that song all the time. And like I mentioned before, it was like number 1 for 16 weeks. And then after that, I think Despacito broke that record. And then after that, Old Town Road by Lil Nas X broke the record. And now we're at Shaboozey. I think Shaboozey still has the record for longest number 1 for Bar Song Tips. It's like how the hell we go from One Sweet Day with two of the greatest singing acts ever to everybody in the bar getting tips. Oh, I'm doomed. Even though the song is fine, I got no problem with Bar Song Tipsy. I still like Jaquan's version better with Tipsy, but still, One Sweet Day is such a tremendous song. I don't know why we don't hear that song anymore, but I'll give that honorable mention because I almost had it number 5. Number 5 is All I Want for Christmas. Listen, man, I did not jump on the bandwagon. I love that song. So we had the debut album. Mariah Carey did the MTV Unplugged. And I can't remember if before MTV Unplugged or after Mariah dropped the Christmas album, which was I think the idea of her ex-husband, Tommy Mottola, I think. If I got that wrong, butterflies, let me know. But this song comes out. It sounds retro. It sounds like a lost song from the 60s. It sounds like the Ronettes. It sounds like Phil Spector's Wall of Sound. It was an amazing produced song. Now, if you would have told me back then that she'd be the Queen of Christmas and this song would still be played 35 years later, I was like, no, like I love the song, but I don't know if the masses gonna love the song like I love this song, and they have. She is the Queen of Christmas. And for me, it's not Christmas time until I hear Donny Hathaway's This Christmas. It could be Christmas Eve, and it doesn't feel like Christmas until I hear Donny Hathaway's This Christmas. However, a nice consolation prize is All I Want for Christmas is You. Da, 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 da. You just start moving like the Ronettes. It's such a good song. And I know people might think it's overrated. It's like, man, I'm telling you, it is a Christmas classic. It's just a fun, retro, great song. So I had to put that at number 5. Number 4, Breakdown, Bone Thugs. Now, a lot of people probably wouldn't have this in their top 10. Maybe not even their top 20. I love this song because it kind of reminds me of the greatness of Bone Thugs. Like Harmony, I'm from Akron. Shout out to Bone Thugs from Cleveland. Sometimes they don't get enough love as they deserve. But it also proved how great Bone Thugs was at that time because they had a duet with Pac, Biggie, and Mariah. Bone Thugs was great, man. But Breakdown, especially when you hear Mariah's vocals at the end, fantastic. Snoop, she worked with Snoop. Mariah Carey always had an ease with hip hop and rap, and I don't think that's talked about enough. She had the remix for Heartbreaker, with the Brat and Missy Elliott, which used Snoop's Ain't No Fun. Mariah Carey has always had an ease with hip hop. The second album, Dream Lover, even though those wasn't rapping on Dream Lover, she sampled a song that Big Daddy Kane used for Ain't No Half Steppin'. Cause you didn't see that from the first album. You knew she was a great vocalist. She was kind of pop R&B, and then Dream Lover here's like, oh, she's like sampling. And she's been this way her whole career, man. She has such an ease with hip hop and rap, but I don't think people really talk about it. She has this great vocal and equally love hip hop. God bless her, man. So yeah, most people probably won't have Breakdown in their top 5. Oh yeah, and Busta Rhymes, she worked with Busta. But for me, I just love that track. And again, it's another track we don't hear that much anymore, but if you hear it, it's like, oh, it's like, this is the cut right here. Y'all don't know. Okay, number 3, Fantasy with Old Dirty Bastard, the remix by Puff. The original was great just because she sampled the Tom Tom Club Tom Tom Club was two members, the husband and wife team from Talking Heads with David Byrne. Still love that song to death. She sampled it for Fantasy, Mariah did. And so it really didn't need a remix. And then they did a remix. Now, she could have pulled any rapper. At that point, you probably would have pulled Heavy D. God bless Heavy D, one of my favorite rappers ever, one of the most underrated rappers ever. Because Heavy was on All Right with Janet Jackson. He was on Scream with he was on Jam with Michael Jackson. So if there was a go-to rapper, especially if you're a pop artist, you grab Heavy D. No, she grabbed Old Dirty Bastard. She didn't grab Method Man. Meth would pop up with Mary. But she didn't grab Meth. She grabbed Dirty. Nobody was grabbing Dirty for anything. We love Dirty, but for a pop song, no way in hell. He had the clown all tied up. Your New York's in the house. Oh, it's Brooklyn in the house. Oh, it's just a sweet, sweet. Oh, and she wanted Dirty. Rest in peace, Old Dirty Bastard. Miss that guy. I don't think people understand how revolutionary that song is. I think people take these hip hop, R&B, pop collaborations for granted. Something like that, you take it like basically in a lot of ways, Old Dirty Bastard was almost like an underground type rapper. If she would have chose Nas, that would have been groundbreaking because Nas wasn't getting like a lot of crossover play. Even if she chose Nas, that would have been groundbreaking. No, Fantasy Remix was a groundbreaking song, and I don't think she gets enough credit for that. That's why that's just insane to me that why she's never won Album of the Year. And she just now won her first Video Music Award. Now it's the Vanguard Award. I have no clue what the industry has against this woman. So revolutionary. All right, enough about that. Number 2, Vision of Love. First time I saw her was on a single because I was a music director in college. I was always looking for either rare classic cuts to play, classic music to play, or new jams and just new songs that, you know, to break some songs so we can go up against like WZAK, because that's the R&B station in town. So I was in the mall and Coconuts or someplace like that, and it was this single, and there's some woman named Mary, and I bought it. It was like 99 cents. It was like Mary Carey or something like that, who actually became a porn star. It was weird, but it was just this skinny chick with curly hair, and I couldn't tell if she was mixed. I couldn't tell if she's Italian. I couldn't tell she was a Latina. I just knew she was hot. And like, dude, it's this chick in a tight dress holding a mic. If it's crap, I only spent 99 cents on it. I'll go back to the radio station. The girl I was dating at the time, she was also at the station, but she was studying pre-law. She was leaving, going to class, and so what are you doing now? I was like, I got this new single. I don't know who this chick is, but I'm going to listen to it. It's like, okay. I listened to that song so many times. My ex came back an hour and a half later. It's like, you're still here? It's like, yeah. I think I'm in love. Oh my God. Vision of Love, when you first hear it, it's just explodes in your ear. It's ear candy, man. At that point, the voice was Whitney Houston. You had Nita Baker, you had Regina Bell. You still had a lot of great female vocalists around. But Whitney was the voice. But she really didn't have a young rival. And here's again, Mary. I didn't know it was Mariah. I didn't know what her name was. She had a 5-octave voice. It's almost like you took Whitney Houston and Minnie Riperton and put them together. You got Mariah Carey. And it's like, oh my God, I don't know who this woman is. I just know 2 things. She is a great singer and she's hot. But I didn't know how big she would be. I knew I loved that song because the song had just came out. So I downloaded it. I put on a reel-to-reel, put on the cart, we played it. And then we got all this promotion for Mariah Carey, this new artist. It's like, oh my God. But I didn't know she would be this chick. I didn't know she was going to be Video Vanguard. I didn't know she'd be this great chick down the road. I just know she had one of the greatest vocals ever. I just know that Whitney Houston finally had a rival. I just knew. When you hear greatness, Michael Jackson, when he first popped up with the Jackson 5, is greatness. It's very rare to hear greatness on a first single. That's like Mariah Carey. That's Whitney Houston. That's Michael Jackson. That's Barbra Streisand. That's Donna Summer. You hear greatness as soon as they open their mouths. And that's why I'm so sad about R&B today, because I don't hear that greatness as soon as someone sings. Like, there's some good vocalists out there. Pop is different. Pop they got Adele, they got Demi Lovato, they got Christina, they got Bruno, they got Ariana. But as far as R&B goes, we don't have too much of that. And we need that. We need a new Mariah. Even that Mariah, Deborah Cox, to me, like, we need someone like that who can just really sing. Which brings me to number one. Probably not everybody's number one, but it's my number one. Fly Like a Bird. I don't even think Fly Like a Bird was even released. Now we get like peak Mariah. That song, Mariah always had like a gospel undertone throughout her albums. Songs like Make It Happen. She always had it. The new album has the Clark sisters. Fly Like a Bird, if you're feeling down, listen to that song. It builds you up. You hear the joy in Mariah's voice. I think that's like the last time we got the full, joyful Mariah. The Glitter soundtrack was good. The movie was bad, but maybe the Glitter soundtrack. But that was like Fly Like a Bird is kind of like Michael Jackson's like off the wall. There's a joy in her vocal. There's a power in her vocal. There's a grit in her vocal. There's a raspiness in her vocal that you just like. This feels like the song she put everything into. It's almost like if my career ended tomorrow, I want Fly Like a Bird to be my final song. That's how she sang that song. She almost sang that song. Vision of Love should be that song, and it is that song that she was singing her heart out. But Fly Like a Bird is almost like, this is my last day on earth. I want you to remember me for Fly Like a Bird. Oh my God, it's so tremendous. Oh, I love Fly Like a Bird so much. So kids, I know you kids love the vocal Bible. And I love Brandy Norwood, but I'm telling you, I was there. And nobody was ranking Brandy ahead of Mariah. She was in that nice tier with Aaliyah and Monica. That was her tier. No one was looking at Brandy like, oh, this is the person you need to listen to be a vocalist. And I love Brandy Norwood. I love Brandy. But I'm telling you, if you can really sing, listen to songs like Fly Like a Bird, go listen to just grab any Mariah Carey song from Vision of Love all the way through Emancipation of Mimi. Just anything. And just study her vocal. And I know a lot of you don't have five octaves like her. You don't. And maybe your vocals are more like Brandy. So maybe your vocal is kind of more limited like Brandy. I totally understand. I do. But if you want to push yourself to be great, listen to Fly Like a Bird or any song by Mariah Carey. So that's my top 5. I can make a completely different, the top 3 always going to be the same. I can make a completely different top 5 of a different 4 and 5, but that's my top 5 for today. If you are a fan of Mariah Carey, tell me what is your favorite song. Oh, Fly Like a Bird.